Yes, good morning. Yes, indeed, we are here in Durban as the PSA, the Public Service Association, is embarking on a march. This is due to their concerns, largely due to government having unilaterally implemented a 3% wage increase. So this is a union under FEDUSA, which is the biggest, with members over 240,000. But here in KwaZulu-Natal, they've got about more than 50,000 members under PSA, with Mlungisi Ndlovu, who is also representative of PSA. We're going to talk to him just in a short while, but let me perhaps in the meantime step out of the shot so that Mhlengubane is showing you these are the members of the union who have come here to protest against a government 3% wage increase. This is of course after the collapse of the wage negotiations, government saying that they can only increase by 3%, but the PSA is under FEDUSA is saying that they also want a 10% wage increment as well as other demands. So we are about to embark from here all the way. We are going to use the West Street, one of the biggest streets in the city of Durban, all the way to the City Hall. That's where they are also expected to hand over their list of grievances. According to them, that we've understood so far is that they're going to hand it over to the Premier of the province, Nomusa Ndube. Let us engage him. Mr. Ndlovu, tell us about the demands that have forced you to be here on the road today.
So you'll recall that we started our negotiations many months where government was refusing to give the working class, the public servants, a decent increase. They started at 0%. PSA was amongst the union that pushed government to the level of 3%, where they've refused to negotiate further. So when government refused to recognize central collective bargaining and able to engage with us, we're forced then to declare a dispute and serve them with a notice. Today we are sending a message to government, in particular President Cyril Ramaphosa. Since he came over into power, he has never given a decent salary to the working class. The public servants are becoming poor, public servants are not being recognized, positions are not being filled in government. Yet the public servants, the over 1 million, are contributing to the tax cash injection. It is for these reasons that the workers, they say, we've got nothing. When we have sent our chief negotiators and said you must negotiate, in a Godongwan, one of the arrogant ministers who say the public servants deserve the 3%. As PSA, we said no. This is not only a struggle for the PSA, we represent over 1.2 million public servants. That's why FEDUSA supports us, that's why Hospesa supports us. We are aware also the sister union support us. We call them to come on the street. We are saying if they are not revising this offer, there is more that's going to come. Home Affairs is not working today. Department of Labor is not working today. The courts are not working today. Most of the department are dysfunctional. We are saying they must come to the negotiation with 10% because the workers cannot be able to support their needs. Their cars has been possessed. Their houses has been possessed. Some of them have committed suicide. We said not under our name. We are making history today to say we have no other alternative. That's why Kalumak says the working class must unite. We are saying we're taking that lead.
Talking about other unions, are you concerned that other federations, big federations, have not joined you?
Yes, it's a concern, but we are aware that other unions, they've received a certificate. What we are saying to sisters union, join us because government want to reverse the gain of democracy. Nelson Mandela never went to jail for them to oppress us. We are bleeding. That's why we are wearing this t-shirt to say the blood of the public servants are not being seen. Public servants are the most abused working class, are the most underpaid working class, are the most people that pay tax are the most people who work with under-resourced. Will not allow, as PSA, we are taking this lead. All the 1.2 million they are behind us. We're calling all the progressive forces to join us to stop this government. Government have given over 200 billion to business, have given over 100 billion to ESCOM, but refuse to give to the working class. The ministers, they've got free bees, they drive free cars, they stay in free accommodations, they don't even sleep in those accommodations. But this working class must suffer, not in our name. We are prepared to die. There is more that is going to come. We're going to close the country if they refuse. They are neglecting PSA because it's non-political affiliated, because our interest is bread and butter issues of workers. We are not afraid. We are not confused. We are saying all the working class must unite.
Do you think government will still give an ear after having collapsed the negotiations?
Government has no option. If in a democratic country you respect central collective bargaining, they must go back to the negotiation, because as we stand here, the citizen unable to get their IDs, the citizen unable to claim their UIF. Many departments are affected. We know many of them are using the private health systems. Many of them are taking their kids to private schools. We will never, under any circumstance, to be intimidated. We have seen how the DPSA, how Tulas Nesi, who used to be the lead of the organizing labor, now Tulas Nesi is anti-workers, Ino Godongwane is anti-workers. Those who are silent, we will not be silent. We will continue to fight for the workers. That's why we are saying President Cyril Ramaphosa must wake up, must call these ministers to go on the negotiation. The workers are suffering. We are bleeding. We are bleeding. We want justice.
That's Mr. Ndlovu. As I'm stepping out of the shot, you can see the placards that are being held aloft, reading as Workers United Stop Wage Theft. Others by COSPESA have also joined the march to ensure that they are also part of this gathering from King Dinizulu Park all the way to the West Street City Hall, being led by PSA, who are saying they're still demanding 10% increment after having collapsed negotiations with government, saying that they can only increase those wages by only 3%, which has forced these government employees under the banner of PSA to be here on the road calling or demanding better working conditions. They're saying that today they're going to make a number of government entities as well as departments unworkable. Those departments such as the Department of Labor, Department of Justice, the courts. They're saying that the courts will not work maximally today. It's back to you for now.
Vusi, I think before I let you go, just for the sake of the viewer who is still sitting at home planning their day, talk to me about how the strike is impacting movement in the Durban city and perhaps operations for even small businesses. What is the impact on day-to-day life that you're seeing that the strike is having?
Yes, in terms of the SMMEs, the small businesses, they've been alerted about the strike because it is also, officially recognized by government, having sought that permit to march all the way from King Dinizulu Park to the West Streets. But I must say that they do not, they did say that they are not fearful of the workers here because it seemed to be very peaceful. So some of them, they're saying as they go past, they'll then open their businesses. In terms of the traffic, so this is one of the biggest and also busiest streets here around the city of Durban, so it will be disturbed. But we are hopeful that later on, and also with the presence of police such as the Metro as well as SABC, they are also here to man the traffic and also try to ensure that the impact is being minimal, and also they are here to ensure that everything goes well. And also the PSA did promise that they vowed that their protest will be very peaceful. They will be marching all the way. They will not be disturbing people who are selling along the streets, as well as some big businesses that are situated along these routes. So they did promise that they will not be disturbing those kinds of businesses. So we are expecting that by 12 o'clock they will be able to hand over their a list of grievances to the government representative.
Okay.
At the moment, we are told it's going to be Premier Nomusa Dubenguba according to a PSA.